Hello everybody. Um, in this course I'm going to explain how how you can use pointers. Pointers scoring people about language, about programming, especially in C and C++. And a lot of people are asking about a simple example and simple definition of pointers. So I made this course for this. I'm going to answer in this course some questions, some interesting in questions. What is a pointer? A pointer and the memory address, the relationship between the memory and the pointers. How to use end operator with pointers and asterisk operator with pointers. Some are asking about the possibilities to increment pointers and what does this mean. All these questions I'm going to answer it one by one, and also I'm going to give you practice examples. So practice example for each question. Um, in this video, just try to practice with me so you can understand and very well the principle. So what is a pointer? A pointer stores address of variable or memory location. This is so important. And the syntax is data type, asterisk, and the variable name. Data type, it can be any standard types like int, float, table, class C++ class or something like that. Any type can be pointed. So for example the int asterisk Peter, this is the syntax to define a pointer to the integers data types. What does it mean? So it means that I'm going to store the data type in this place of memory. So I'm reserving a place in memory to store the integer data types. This is the definition, and I'm going to show you the examples about that. So, for example, when we declare int asterisk ptr, that means we are creating a pointers to the address of an integer values. Okay, so when we declare int value, for example, we mean that the value the variable var1 contains the value itself. But when we declare int asterisk Peter, that means I'm reserving, I'm pointing to the address of the value 100. This is the meaning, and this is the difference between declaring a simple value and declaring a pointer to these data types. Now, 100 we can access it directly, but using pointers you have to use some operators. For example, to get the address, we use the AND operator to get the address of the pointer. So when you use pointers, that means we are going to deal with addresses and the value in the same time, and we use asterisks to get the value of the pointer. When we talk about a simple data type, it's you are just handling values, you are just managing values. No, there is the address also. Can we increment pointers? What does it mean? Yes, the answer is yes, you can increment a pointer, but you have to pay attention. When we increment a pointer means that we move in the memory address, because the pointers contains the address, the memory address, and when we increment it, we increment the address in the memory, and we move in the memory. So you have to pay attention when doing this, because sometimes you can get some known errors, because you have done a wrong move in the memory. So now it's time to show you some practice example. I prepared here an example to answer the questions. So I created a pointer CPP, and here the minimal programs that you can use to test the pointers. So I created here. I create a pointer to the integer data types. So this is the declaration. You can declare it int for the first data type as I mentioned, and the name of the variable. Here is the simple and what you is to do with the values. Just this is just a simple data value that we can use. You can use after, so you can know the difference between the two declarations. Here to print the address, and here I assign the address of the value to the pointer. That means p is not longer pointing to the null value, but now is pointing to the address of the value 100. So the pointer now can handle the 100 value. So we can see the value again. So you can see the value, and we can check if it is 100. And so here, and it's so interesting, we are incrementing the pointer. That means we are moving in the memory. Above, the p is pointing to the 100 integer in the memory, and we incremented the p. That means the address was changed now, and p is no longer pointing to the 100. And we can see this. I'm showing the address and showing the value again, so you can see the difference. So interesting. It's so interesting to pay attention about this. You are moving the the pointers, you are moving in the memory, and when you are moving in the memory, that means you are no longer pointing to the basic values. So we can compile our program and run it, and you can see here the difference. So the first display want the address. We got the address for the first declaration of the p. Then I requested to get the value pointing by the p, by the pointer, and effectively we have 100, because we put it to address, we assign it to address, to the new address to the p, and we incremented the p. Then we have another address now. You can see the difference at the end. We have eb0, now we have dc0. So it's no longer the same address, because we moved the pointer in the memory. And so the value is not 100 now, it's a random value. So the compiler can give you a random value. You have to pay attention about this. You can see the difference between the addresses and the value we got. So if you have a question, just put it in the comment, and follow me for more video, for the I can answer your questions in the next video.